Okay, so take your favorite licensed toy properties and your favorite movie franchises from the late 70s throughout the 80s, turn them into comic books, then take some guy that likes to give his opinion on comics because he's been reading them forever, and that's pretty much this channel. Welcome to Star Joe's. I'm your host Ryan, and this is the Star Joe's YouTube channel. You might be wondering, if you're new to finding this video, what Star Joe's is. Well, Star Joe's started off about 6.5 to 7 years ago as a podcast. A buddy of mine named Chuck and myself got together and at work and said, you know what, we could probably do a podcast. We could probably do a little audio show and put it out there and see what people think about it. Well, 6.5 to 7 years later, we're still doing that show. Now, the show has evolved over the years. We started off doing a lot of comic reviews. We did a lot of toy reviews. And the show has really, like I said, changed and evolved over the years. And we're really not doing a whole lot of the comic reviews anymore. That's what this YouTube channel is going to be about, for the most part. Again, just like the podcast, it may evolve. It may become something else. But what I'm going to be here doing is covering comic books with you. What those comic books are going to cover is all of your favorite franchises that maybe you grew up with. So if you like things like G.I. Joe, Transformers, Thundercats, He-Man, Jem and the Holograms, Strawberry Shortcake, or even some of the more obscure things like Visionaries or Sectars, then this is probably the channel for you. And you're... no, this isn't going to work. Let me try something. That's better. There's a lot of different comic books coming out in regards to a lot of these franchises. Some of them I've mentioned have not had a new resurgence of their in comic book form, but that's okay. I'm sure they're coming down the line. A lot of them have. I'm going to be reading current day comic books that touch on a lot of these franchises, and I'm going to share what I think about them with you. And I want to hear from you guys too. If you're reading these comics, I want to know, what are your thoughts on them? Now, just like any good review channel, we're going to have our own rating system. I'm going to let you know what I think about the comic that I'm reading, and then I'm going to rate it. Our rating system is going to be a little bit different. So why don't I go through that real quick here for you. So if I love a comic, if I absolutely think that anyone out there should read it because, man, it is just the best thing in the world, well, then I'm going to rate it as having reached the matrix of leadership level. Now, if a comic is really good, maybe the art is solid and the story is solid, and I really enjoyed reading it, but maybe there's just like a couple flaws in it, or maybe, just maybe, it's only going to be good for someone that really loves that franchise. Well, then it's just one little step down, and therefore it gets the Honor of Grayskull rating. Now, I know there's a lot of She-Ra fans out there. I love She-Ra too, but you gotta admit, the Honor of Grayskull is just a little bit underneath the Power of Grayskull. After that, what we're looking at is I needed a mid-level rating. So if I just kind of liked the comic, if I think it was okay, the art, the story was all serviceable, I didn't hate reading it, I enjoyed reading it, but it's nothing to really wow you. Then I'm going to give it the rating of a hero and a half shell. I love the Ninja Turtles, but if I'm looking for something in the middle range, half kind of works out there. If there's something kind of negative about the comic, if it's something where I'm like, you know what, it was okay. Maybe the art was good, but the story wasn't that great. Or maybe the story was good, but the art wasn't very solid. Then I'm going to give it a rating that it probably is going to put Duke back into a coma. Now, if there's absolutely nothing redeemable about the comic, if maybe there's a panel or two that were good, but I just really did not enjoy it at all, then it really deserves to be thrown into the Sarlacc pit where it can be digested for the next 1,000 years. So that's the rating system that I'll be using for the foreseeable future. Now, I might touch on some comics in the future that have nothing to do with this quote-unquote Star Joe's universe. I might touch on some comics that are in the Star Joe's universe but are from the past, and maybe do a retro review. Whatever it is, I promise that I will always try to do a non-spoiler review. And if I do want to spoil something in that particular issue, sometimes you just have to talk about it. I'll save it for the end, and I'll make sure that I give you a spoiler tag to warn you in advance. So I hope you'll enjoy the ride with us. I am really looking forward to continuing to do this show. In the comments below, let me know what your favorite 80s franchise is, whether it be a toy line or a movie franchise. Let me know what it is, and has there been a comic for it already? And if so, did you enjoy it? Put that in the comments below. I'd love to kind of hear what your thoughts are on that. If you like this, please click that like button. And if you think someone else would enjoy this channel, please share it with them. I hope you do subscribe to the channel, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Remember, the Force will be with you, because knowing us is half the battle. Take care, guys.